Okay, you ready for this? You want to talk about a homing pigeon and knowing how to get home? The last quest that I came out to Santa Cruz, I ended up in a place called Davenport, right? Shark Fin Cove. And I brought back that triangle rock that sits on my patio. And I came to another place where I walked along and I had a really, really close encounter with two, it was a mate, a pair of Peregrine falcons. And it was incredible because I heard them calling and one was just kind of following me, and I said, come closer. And he literally came and landed he was about 4 feet above me, following along with me, right? It was bitchin'. It was super cool. And I was videotaping, and the whole time I couldn't, I videotaped it and it was blank. And every time I have like a real awesome close encounter with one of my real spiritual partners, right? My soulmate totems, it's not captured. I have been to this beach. This is the beach where I came to the top and I walked along the edge and I had my encounter with, I hope the wind isn't bothering you guys what you hear. I'm going to put this down here. So where I had my encounter, and there's one right there. That's the Peregrine falcon. How's that for serendipity? Anyway, so where do you think it brought me? Who's the Black Panther? Right? This is where we were at. So I was up looking at I was on my way to go to the caves, and apparently it's just like a pothole. You go down in this valley, and like you go down into this hole, basically, and it's a cave that goes to the ocean. But that's not why I was meant to go there. A lot of times we get led. Here's another right here. A lot of times we're led to a place, and we think that's what our destination is, but it isn't. Spirit has something else in mind. So when I got to where the cave was, right, the cave for Santa Cruz, it's called Quarter Cave, I was looking for it, and up popped Panther Beach, and I thought, what? So I go cruising along, and here's Panther Beach, and I've been here before, and this is where I had my closest encounter. So we're going to do our reading here, and maybe I already saw the Peregrine falcon. They went by. This is where they hang. So it'd be really cool if they decided to come and visit up close and personal. But how's that with, finding your way home? Homing pigeons. We always find our way home, right? Just follow your light. So, a lot of the places are ruined. Like there's caves right down there, you can see them. That's where the exit is for one of the caves that comes out. If you follow it all the way through, that's one of the cave exits right there. But it's all pretty thrashed. And when you read articles and information about it, the people are talking about how the University of Santa Cruz, unfortunately, partiers go there and they thrash it, and they put graffiti all over everything. And if you're going to go there, they say pick up some trash at least when you go, right? So we'll see. So I was there. This is exactly where I was. This is such a freaking trip. So I have already been to Panther Beach. Of course I would. Of course I would be. I know my way home, right? And any day spent with you is my favorite day. Oh, bless. Okay. So let's take a peek down here. I'm not sure if when I close the bottom here, if it stops the wind from making all the noise, but this is pretty cool. I've wanted to spend some time in the forest, but I told you I want to be where the forest meets the sea, right? So this is it. So we're going to do our reading on the end. Look how beautiful this is. If the peregrines want to see us, they can come to us, right? That's my motto. My motto right now is I'm not going to you, you come to me. I'm the magician, right? So there's a cave down there. Afterwards, I'm going to zoom in with my pictures. I can't do it once I have this reading started, right? We already know I always try and do it and I can't. So, besides, it's pretty wet. Just be looking at the front of it. But we're definitely doing our reading on the edge of the sea, where the forest meets the trees. Where the forests meet the sea. Now, we may not do our reading, it may be too windy, but we gotta go look at it, right? Woo, it is windy. Let's not lose my new hat. Whoa. All right, there's the cave. There's all kinds of caves here. Vertigo. Vertigo, right? It's a pretty unforgiving sea up here, you know? I see sea otters and sea lions out there in the kelp beds. We've got the sun still up there, but because of the shade, I mean the clouds, it's pretty dark right now. So I guess I'll go up to where this is gonna be a long reading. So let's choose our items. The cave is one, right? The cave is one. The beach can be another. The major rock out there. And then the Peregrine fields, okay? Those are, ooh, there's a big cave right there. Ooh, I like that one. It's a long way to get down to these suckers, right? It's a long way down. But that's a big cave right there. And it almost makes me feel as though, I know that there's a tunnel along here when the tide is out, it's all filled with caves. But it makes me sad to see some of the caves because people have thrashed them. And I don't want to see that. It's like, why can't you just respect, you know, even this far north? But it's because of the university and kids that have no freaking clue. You wouldn't have this thrashing. Although, you know, when I was in Sedona, remember my cave? Somebody tagged the back of my cave. That was right before that, Spirit said it's time to go. Grab your sacred staff and leave. So this is where we're going to do our reading, I guess. This is pretty badass. Yeah, it is. So we've got that big cave there, the big rock. So what do we have? We have the caves, it could be that cave or this one, the big rock, the beach, and the Peregrine fields, okay? And we're gonna sit right here, and we're gonna do our reading right here. So, I'll be taking a piece, check it out. First thing I see is love, right? First thing I see. So, I'll be taking a piece from here. I'm not quite certain what. I'm seeing a lot of, I like the lines, right? In the rocks. Isn't that bitchin'? They're all this way. I like that a lot. It's like the vibration going out, right? Look at this one. Okay. So let me set you guys up. Interesting. This is another messenger for me. I'm seeing these everywhere. This has a message for us. Thistle. I'm gonna have to understand why. I'll probably take one of these, but the thistle is, milk thistle is what Liger needs for his actually it was Lily, so it would be me for the intestines, milk thistle. So I don't know what kind of wild thistle this is. I'll bring it home and I'll ask Randall, but it's everywhere I go. So let's put those two there. I'm gonna put you guys, I think that's kind of a cool spot for you to look, right? And I have to wear my sunglasses because I got my reading glasses inside of them. So let's hopefully wrap this up while it's still light enough for me to see. We have the Animal Tarot, the Oracle of Shadows and Light, the Shapeshifters. Oh, we definitely have to do the Shapeshifters. When I asked this guy at the top, I saw this guy, this hot guy walking towards me, this surfer. Him and his girl, he's a photographer, and she's supposed to be, I guess, modeling whatever she has on this shirt, right? And he's the guy I asked. And he goes, and I said, right on. I said, is there a sign that says Panther Beach? And he says, I think so at the end. Why? And I said, because I am the Panther. And he goes, and then I walked away, and he goes, hey, why are you the Panther? And I said, do you know what a shaman is? And he said, yeah. And I said, I'm a shaman. I said, and the Panther is my main spiritual, you know, it's very important for me and my spiritual twin. And he goes, oh, very cool. And I said, I mean, I'm a shaman, so I work with all the animal messengers, but the Panther is just very sacred to me. And I said, the great horned owl is mine, the red hawk is mine. I mean, once they come to us, they all become our messengers, all of us. You guys know that. As they come to you, they all become your messengers. But there are certain ones that are sacred. My twin and I are definitely the Black Panther. Very, very sacred. Check it out. I wish I could zoom in for you guys. But we've got the giant pelicans going across the water. Pelicans speak about forgiveness and about dropping your burden. You know, they go along the water and they always work, it's always about teamwork. It's never a solo act. And so they scoop everything up in their bills, right? And so they're carrying burdens along. So it's like drop what's unnecessary. But forgiveness is always a #1 message when you see the pelican coming forward. So for those who chose the caves, we're going to get a message from the Oracle of Shadows and Light. So at 10 minutes and 36 seconds in, actually I should shuffle a second, so hold on. I'm trying not to wreck my brand new, see, this is why my decks get scratched, right? Because I bring all my stuff everywhere I go. So I kind of want to respect my decks. Interesting bird messengers as we go by. P.S. I've been at the top of that and it was freaking gnarly. You want to talk about vertigo? Damn. Okay, so shuffle away, says Spirit. Shuffle away. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the caves, what is the message that's most important for those who chose the caves? Correct for neutrality on all levels. This is our weekly reading, friends. One more shuffle. I'm going to be very respectful for these cards. Very, very respectful. I don't want them scratched in any way, shape, or form. Hello, baby. Freedom, says the seagull. Okay. Eclipse Mermaid. No shit, Sherlock. Okay. So the Eclipse Mermaid. This is a perfect place for her to show up, right? Check out the number 10. So when the Eclipse Mermaid shows up, first of all, the number 10, and check that out, the Storm Angel. So we got 2. All right. So, interesting that this came first. However, whoops, no, we're not going to lose you. However, when I put them down, the order is different. You know what? I want to do them where they're safe. I want to do them where they're safe. Ooh, now I reversed their order. That's interesting. Okay. So the Eclipse Mermaid, when the Eclipse Mermaid comes forward, you see the sea is red. There's nothing you can do to stop an eclipse from coming. Nothing. It's coming. It's when the darkness covers the divine masculine, right? There's a shadow that goes over the light shining through. Now what happens when the light is dimmed? It's like darkness, right? So there's going to be a shift, an energetic shift. We are all experiencing this on some kind of a level at this moment. You look at the color of the sea is raging, right? I mean, come on, it's dark, it's passionate. It's a very, to me, the word that I'm getting is sultry. It's almost like it's an aggressive, it's a panther, it's aggressive. I'm not getting angry, I'm getting just aggression. It's almost like when a cat, a big cat mates, you know, they bite their mate on the back and that's how they hold them down and then they mount them. It's like that kind of like energy that's intense, passionate explosion of energy. That's what I'm looking at there. And there's no way, shape, or form to outrun it. It's here. And you see this mermaid, she's not doing anything to change the course of this, right? The seas are stormy and they're whipped up and they're passionate, fiery energy, and she's just motionless. She's not trying to force it to go in any direction. She's just with it. She's just being, because the greatest master is able to find peace amidst the chaos, right? So there's this crazy, gnarly, energetic shift that's taking place in your life at this time. It's sweeping through your life, and it's going to ripple through many different aspects of your life. And now when the eclipse comes forward, secrets are revealed. Things come to the surface that you may have been hiding or others may have hidden from you. Everything comes up with the eclipse energy, okay? So you're going to allow, you're not going to fight this. You're going to watch this, right? And who you become and what becomes of you depends on what you have kept hidden. So this is an awakening, and sometimes you don't want it to happen. This is where nothing is allowed to be kept away. This is where revelations come out, where scandals are told, where truths come out. Nothing is allowed to remain hidden. And there's nothing you can do to prepare for it except for do exactly what she's doing. Allow it. Yeah. Yes. I'm looking down and they come. Come closer to us. These guys, to me, they look like pterodactyls. They're like prehistoric. Oh, they're going to go right over us, you guys. This is a blessing. How many are there going to be? How many are there going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you guys. 10. 10. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's how spirit works. No mistakes. Total synchronicity, right? They're flowing in synchronicity. So, truths coming to the surface. Scandals being told, things coming to light, things that were suppressed, feelings, emotions that were suppressed and hidden, passionate energy. Whoops! Ooh! The key, the door's being unlocked and the key, and it's opening. It's opening. So right now, when these things come to light, I have to take I'm super tired, but I don't care. I want you guys to see my eyes, okay? So when these things come to light, especially since we've had the pelicans show up, it's about forgiveness. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. It's about remembering we're all part of the circle, right? Whoa, look what just flew by, a little wish. Right there, you guys, make a wish. Did you see it fly by? It's right there. So when the wish flies by, it's about keeping your thoughts positive. Ooh, that whisper's landed. Okay, it's trying to take off again. Ready? Make your wish. Look at it. Whatever secrets come to light, they come to light with understanding and forgiveness and acceptance and love so that they can be transformed into something beautiful. And we all understand that the reason things happened the way that they did. It was all meant to be. Everything is happening as it's meant to be. That's my wish. Okay, so you're not going to fight it. You're not going to do anything with it. You're just going to allow. You're going to understand that everything was meant to happen this way. That's why it happened this way. You can only prepare by just getting ready. It's like, okay, it's coming, right? Batten down the hatches, it's coming. There's no avoiding it at this time. Hold on, I want to put my glasses back on so I can see. Right now, there's 2 in the water, and they both went down into the water, and they came up, and it's like they were dancing in the air. Did you guys see that? That was incredible. So there's a pair. There's going to be forgiveness. They're flying low over their emotional waters. They've dropped the burdens that they were carrying, and they're moving forward together. That's what they want. They want closeness. They want forgiveness. They want peace. They're a team. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Look at the colors in the water. That was synergy. That was harmony. I will tell you that the person that I met, Harmon, I keep calling him Harlan. The reason I'm calling him Harlan is because he's a harlequin. He's like the jester, right? Harmony is from my twin and I. So I can't call that guy Harmon. I call him Harlan. He's the jester, right? There's only harmony for my twin and I together. Okay. Now what's interesting is, so this shift has taken place. 10 is the ending of something, right? And the beginning of something new. So for you, this is about clairvoyant dreams. This is about, this is about you having visions and synchronistic things occurring, or aha moments, epiphanies. This is where you want to be careful about the foods that you eat. This is about a change of a health regime. This is about an exercise program. This is where you may shift completely the direction that you were going. This is about embracing the true authentic self, right? Nothing is the same after an eclipse hits you. Now, when you do this, you recognize that there's a collision of beliefs and styles and attitudes and energy. So 3 and 5 is 9, right? No, it's not, it's 8. Sorry, I'm thinking of something else in my head. I can add at least that much. So 3 and 5 is 8, which means you're going to be abundantly provided for, right? 8 is abundance. Whatever it is that you need, not to worry. Because when these things come to light, right now, this is a collision of beliefs, ideas, and thought processes. People aren't going to like it, maybe, what you choose to do. They're not going to like what you have to say. It's like oil and water. This is about showing you what mixes and what does not. You'll be separating, right? And so when that happens, things are violent. Things are kind of like it has to happen. It's like lightning and thunder, right? When the cold and the hot come together, it's a kaboom, right? And so again, what is she doing? She's remaining peaceful and calm, right? Because we're not going to worry. This is a time when things get shaken up. This is a time when you speak your piece. This is a time when you find something out about somebody or something, or they find out about you, or you find out about yourself and you realize the direction that I've been going is not the direction I want to continue to go. I know that if I embrace this and don't worry about this, I'm going to be protected and I'm going to be provided for. Don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed with this energy that shifts. When these scandals come out, when the truths are told. As I said, you might change your friends, you might change your work, you might completely flip and go from one path of life into another. And the only way that this is an issue for you is if you fight it, if you try to fight it. Because you can't go against the grain, you can't go against the current. You can't go against the tide that's pulling you. You can't go against lightning and thunder. I'm thinking about that song, I Was Lightning Before the Thunder. Just a young guy with the whatever, wanna break free, not a yes sir, not a no, you know what I mean? This person didn't want to go after everyone else. They wanted to do their own thing. Those are cormorants, flying high, both of them. Cormorants are the ones that people put a ring around their neck and then they make them go down and fish, and they work for them, but they're not allowed to keep the fish. Those cormorants have broken free. Cormorants, much like the osprey, tells you that you can dive down deep under your emotional waters and you will emerge, because that's what the cormorant does. So they have not only broken free from that tie that bound them, they're flying high, the pair of them, remember, like the pelican. And so here we are, right? Something happened, they broke free. This was the collision of styles, attitudes, energies, the way people were doing it, and they've decided they want to go in a different direction. So arguments, fights, whatever it is, it has to happen so that this energy can be released. And again, when this storm angel comes forward, just like the Eclipse mermaid, lies can't be kept up. That's when the lies come to the surface. That's when everything that was trying to be kept hidden comes to light. So this is double energy right now. And you're not going to be hurt from it. You stay out of harm's way. It's just that somebody's system and belief, whatever it is, they don't jive with you. And we can coexist, right? There are shadows and light. My twin said to me, I'm half Anunnaki. And somebody says to me, that's very intriguing that your spiritual twin is Anunnaki and you're an angel. And I thought, why is that unusual? It's the yin and the yang. And if my twin is half Anunnaki, so am I. Lily represents me and my twin. And when you look at my cat Lily, she's got snake eyes, right? That's half of me. We have to embrace the dark and the light. We can exist. We have to coexist in this planet with the dark and the light. We have to learn to love the darkness within ourselves, not deny it, not cut it off, not say that it's bad. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a whole bunch of sea otters bobbing along the water down there. I want to see how many there are right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're popping down and then they're popping up. There's so many of them. There's so many of them. God, I wish I could get close. Oh, look at them jump up. Every once in a while they'll jump up. Oh, I wish you guys, you know what? If you can't see, because I know they're just like little dots, there's so many of them out there. You could zoom in and see them. The otters, they hold hands. Oh, I just want you to see, I can see their little faces. They hold hands when they sleep at night so that they don't drift apart from one another on their emotional waters, but they don't let go. So sea otter is definitely, definitely one of our messengers today. Oh, I'm gonna let you look down at this end too. So you might be kind of like pushed out of your comfort zone a little bit when these collisions happen, you know, because it's the tide crashing together. It's the oil and the water. If you put oil and water, what is it? I don't like it, but vinegar and oil dressing, you have to shake it up because it wants to separate, right? And that's what it is. Things are being shaken up. And there is a separating going on. You will see what works for you and what does not work for you. And whatever that works for you, you do it. And whatever works for them, they can do it. Blessings on your journey. It's just not my deal, right? Doesn't mean you can't do what you want to do. It's just that I'm not going to compromise who I am because I'm going to try and be a good person. you know, it's not worth it for me. I'm going to stand very clearly in my integrity. I'm not going to be compromising. I'll speak my truth. I stay committed to what my course of action is. And when these energy situations come up, I don't want to fight. I don't choose to fight. But sometimes it's not our choice. Others may want to fight with us. I already was shown that this was going to happen by the end of this trip, that there was an explosion that was going to happen. And I said, I don't want that. I want to avoid it. So for me, I'm just kind of staying away for the last little bit. There may be no avoiding it. It might just be an energetic releasing that's happening. And I already know, right, what works and what doesn't work. So for you, same thing. But what's going on is, as long as you stand from the space of love and integrity, everything's going to be very, very transparent. You're going to understand any manipulation. If there's been any lies or deception or cheating, that gets uncovered. Because there is no lying when the angel of storms comes to shine her light. Everything comes up to the surface so that it can be banished. So the fact that these two came together is just major confirmation that not only is the deception and lies, because it could be our own self, it doesn't have to be someone else, right? But there's shifts, energetic shifts, transform. So if you get this and you have been doing this, you've been working on this, recognize that you're going in the right direction. There's nothing wrong because this happens. It's happening on purpose. Friendships fall away, paths change, people take different courses in their lives. This is when there are divorces. This is when partnerships dissolve. And this is so that new things can happen. Because when you have the number 10, it's the ending of something and the beginning of something else. So that was a long message, but it was that way because we got a double whammy. Okay, so let me put these cards away. I don't want them harmed. They're important. I think that's funny. I don't want them harmed. And then as I say that, I see another pair of pelicans going across the surface of their water. So right now, you know, it could be that you're hearing information and you need to understand. Listen with the heart of understanding. With heart. Listen with your heart. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't assume things. Get clarity, right? If you don't understand something, wait for it to be shown to you. Things are just being cleared up right now. They're being cleared up right now so that we can make room. Spirit can make room for what is meant to be. Okay, so for any who chose the beach. Oh, you know what I'm watching right now? You know how I read things? I'm watching the faces on the water. So when the waves come in and they leave the white, right, the white marks, let's see what we see. Let's see what comes up. See what I can read. A moment ago I saw a man's face. So let's see what I read on the waves. I'm looking at a paw. I'm looking at a panther's paw. Did you see that? A paw reaching out. Okay, hold on. Let's see what else comes. The tops of the mountains. Looks like the tops of the mountains. Okay, so the panther paw is pulling me back away from the mountain. That's what I'm getting. For me, panther paw is pulling me away from the mountain. I already knew that. I love the mountains, but what I'm looking for is not found in those mountains. Except for my retreat in the trees, right? So let's see what else comes up while I shuffle. See if you guys can see anything. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For neutrality on all levels. Sandy and I were talking about our deck that we're creating, and I got the whole love series I saw the vision of the love series today. She says, you've been writing or working on the deck? And I'm like, no. And then I realized that in my dreams, yes, I was. I created a song, the first line, actually the chorus line for the song for my twin soul. It just started when I was looking at the mountains and the fog coming over and it was kind of like the fog coming from the sea, right? The ocean was calling, Poseidon was calling me. And I started singing my song. You are the love of my life. You are the love of my life. You are the love of my life. I just heard the siren song. See that big shell right there? All right, here we go. I hadn't been singing for a long time. Far too long. There it is, it's that one. For those who chose the beach, right on, babe. A loyal guardian. So right now you see this one holding on to this dog, this Rottweiler. Good dog, Carl. Dog represents best friend, loyalty, love, friendship, and protection. She's holding on to that dog. Now, who's protecting who? Right? First thought is, oh, the dog's protecting her. She's protecting him. She's holding on to that big, beautiful beast. And she's letting you know that right now, you have a magical shield of protection around you at this time. 33. The Ascended Masters, full circle completion. Spiritual number 3 is my number. I was born on April 9th. Reduces to 3. 3 constantly comes up for me over and over and over. The Ascended Masters working with us. I do need to let you guys know something. I always talk about, you know, Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, and my mom is the Ascended Master working with me, right? Those are the ones that work mostly with me. Michael is very, very prevalent, has shown himself since from the beginning. I now understand why. Michael is the facilitator for twin souls. That's his job, is to help the twin souls, bring them back together, help them deal with whatever they're going through. So if any of you are wanting to know, or if any of you are having difficulty, because it's a really hard path to follow, call on Archangel Michael to help you. So right now, whatever it is that you're going through, the spirit, look at her hair. Colored like mine, right? So you have protection around you. If you're going through a difficult time, if you're concerned, if you're worried about anything, right now, you are to know you have a mighty shield of protection around you at this time. Now, what's really intriguing about this is, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Okay, that one's definitely coming home with me. I've been posting videos a little bit here and there, and everywhere I've gone, I've seen a white dog, a big dog, and it's white. I've seen it everywhere. It's not the same dog. It's just a white dog. Now, white is purity, truth, protection, and the light, right? And I saw the dog. Actually, Harmon has a dog like that, and I saw it when I was up in Bonnie Doon Ecological Reserve. It just showed up. I stopped my car and I saw a sign that said blessing, and I said, oh, I'm going to stop and get a blessing on my journey. And as I got out of the car, out of the woods comes this big white dog. It's all wet, right? Huge. We're talking big. I videotaped it. This dog is big. It's like a Great Pyrenees. That's how big this dog is, and it's white. And then as I found someone to help take care of it, right? And then I left. And as I was coming down to Santa Cruz by the college and to come down to the beach, I saw another woman walking the exact same dog. So it's showing me, along with this sign, that we have this spiritual protection around us. We're going to look up here for a second because we got somebody visiting us right now. Now, we know that the Ascended Masters are working with us, but we also have the angels, because look, we have 4. There are angels all around you. You are completely guided and protected and loved. There is no reason for fear, says the number 4, right? So right now at this time, you see this Rottweiler, and a Rottweiler is a pretty fierce dog. However, they're very gentle. Good dog Carl is a very, very scary looking Rottweiler, but he takes care of a baby, right? So somebody that might be appearing scary to you in your life is actually someone who's protecting you. And at this time, if you are someone who has been dealing with bullies, you've been bullied by people, you've been feeling that energy, this energy is almost like it's like a vibrational frequency that's going to shove that away from you. They're not going to allow that. It's not going to allow. Let's see how many numbers are coming here. It's going to allow you to go free, says Jonathan. Go with the flow. It's going to allow you to flow easily, right? So that you don't have to worry. See the number that's coming here. They're going to growl, they're going to stand guard, and they're going to make sure that if there is something coming along that could hurt you or make you feel bad, you're going to be protected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you're worried about your money situations, don't be. There's a protection for you. Don't be so focused upon the material world. Keep your thoughts focused on spirit, and everything you need is going to come to you. If you have been feeling picked on or bullied or teased by anyone or feeling like you've been ignored, that's when this message comes forward. You might have been feeling this kind of energy. You've been feeling like you've been slighted, or, you know, you've been getting those backhanded compliments, or people have actually been nasty, right? The energy's been shit for you. You've been feeling a bit vulnerable. Well, if that energy starts to come to you at this time, you're going to get a warning so you can get away from it. Like I said, I was shown there's going to be a fight, and I said, no, there's not, because I have no intention of fighting with you. I don't want to fight. I don't want that energy. I got attacked on this trip, and I said it. You know what? You're being very aggressive. I don't like that energy. I came here for peace. I don't need aggression. And it was transformed and turned around into something beautiful. But before that even comes, you're going to get a warning, just like I got a warning. There's going to be a fight. No, there's not, because I'm not going anywhere near it, right? They'll tell you that. Maybe when this guy comes, you have been, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Let me turn it on my lap. I'm just a little worried about them blowing away, because obviously I'm not jumping down that cliff after these cards. So when this card shows up, let's put it down here where it's a little safer. There we go. This might be coming at a time when you have felt vulnerable. You've been feeling like a child. I'm an adult. I'm a full-grown adult, and I feel like a baby. Well, that happens a lot when we come through a challenge where we've had, it's like a reawakening to another level, right? And we're feeling rather threatened or weakened at this time, which makes us feel bad, especially if you're a man. I'm a very strong woman, right? I don't like to feel vulnerable either to others. It's an uncomfortable feeling, but when you're a man, that's very hard for people. So maybe you have had this situation and you've come out of this situation. So you might be feeling a little bit exposed at this time. So don't be worried about feeling like you're weak. You just have to allow yourself to be as you are. Babies are vulnerable after they've been born, right? So this is a new change for you. And it makes us vulnerable. Whatever changes we make in our life, we need people in our lives like this, We need people that are going to support us, that are going to welcome us in with mothering, nurturing arms, fatherly, loving arms, right? Support our changes. Say, go for it. We need a rooting, cheering team, right? Like spirit or friends. If you don't have that in your life, you're not in the right energy. So you're going to make a change. And when you make that change, you're feeling a little out of sorts. This is new territory, right? So at this time, when this change happens, you're going to be helped to move through into a place that feels kind of dangerous to you. You're going to be given confidence. You're going to know that you're changed and that you can face the changes without feeling overwhelmed. And you're not going to have to run back. Sometimes people run back to their abusers because that's what they know. But you're not going to do that because Spirit's going to send you the people that you need, the energetic feeling that you need, guides to show you the way to go, to watch over you. You have a warrior. You have a vigilant warrior, a protector. And this vigilant warrior, I said, you come after my babe and you're coming after me, and I am the Black Panther too. You watch me growl. I was in Sedona staying at a very spiritual friend's house, and we dreamed together. And in this, before I got there, he says, he doesn't let anybody else in his house. Wherever we go, we have our team, our guides that go with us, and he has them stay outside, right? He says, this is my sister, I'm protecting her, but everybody has to stay outside out of respect. This is my home. In the middle of the night, in my dream time, I saw this man come towards me, and I thought, he's not supposed to be here. I didn't know him. So I went looking for my friend, and I'm calling him, hey! And I saw him ministering. He was standing before the High Council. It was kind of like this. They were up here, and he was standing down here, basically giving an accounting of his work that he'd been doing. And this person was coming after me, so I was running, and I was calling my friend, and so I was running away, and he turned into a black wolf, and he was chasing me, the black wolf that was coming after him. And so finally I get to the place where I've outwitted him, and I'm not afraid of him anymore. I've decided, I have no fear, right? I'm not worried about you. That's what I needed to understand, was that I had no reason for fear. And right then my friend walked up. As soon as I realized I had no reason for fear, my friend walks out. And he goes, hey, how's it going? And right then a Black Panther jumps on his back and mounts him, one paw on each shoulder. And when he did that, he went like that. And my friend went to move, and I said, no, he's my friend. He's my friend. And right then, the panther licked his cheek. So the next morning, we talked about he says, how was your dream time? And I said, oh, we were doing some work last night. And he goes, yeah, a panther showed up. And I said, hey, you didn't get everybody out of the house. And he goes, yeah, I know, I caught that about 5:30 this morning. Because I was tired. He goes, but I got rid of him this morning. He goes, no one else can get in here. And I said, someone got in there. And he goes, no one can get in here. No one's in here but you. And I said, that's not true. But it is true in a way, because my twin and I are one, right? And he goes, what are you talking about? And then he goes, a panther showed up in my dream. And I said, yeah, you weren't able to keep him out. And he says, he was my friend. He says, he said he was my pet. And I said, he wasn't your pet. He goes, he licked me. And I said, because I told him you were my friend, he mounted you. He had his paws on your shoulders. He was gonna bite. He was gonna warn you, don't hurt her. I said, he's my friend. The message is, your twin and you are never separated. No matter where you go, what you do, you have that protection with you. No matter where I am, no matter where he is. I am his protector and he is mine. He showed up as the panther then, but here on this trip, he's showing up to me as the white Pyrenees, the Great Pyrenees. It doesn't have to be a male that's protecting. Whoever it is, the energy is a loving, nurturing, protective energy. I might look like I'm 5'2" in this reality, but my higher self is 25 feet tall. My twin, I've seen his energy. He's huge. I've seen him as the panther, I've seen him as the great horned owl, and now I've seen him as the Great Pyrenees. Always the great. Now you think about the Pyrenees, I'm thinking about the pyramids. But whatever it is, you don't have to worry, because right now you have got protection around you. So this is a beautiful message. Really good message for me, considering I was wondering why I kept seeing my white Great Pyrenees everywhere I went, right? And I thought, oh, that baby's lost, that poor baby. And it was a female energy. It was a female dog. And I said, somebody lost that babe, and she was all wet, like she had been in the water. Emotional, right? She was coming out of something. She was strong, she was big. Of course it would be a female energy because it's loving. It's not like I'm gonna kick your ass and beat you up. It was a loving, nurturing energy. It is, however, that if I feel that I need to growl, I will growl, I will snap, I will snarl, and so will your protector if anyone tries to come at you with any bullshit at this time. So relax, it's all good, right? Okay, so that's for the beach. Wow, this is really, we may run out of battery. If we do, I'll have to do this in 2 sittings. So for those who chose, let's see, who do we have next? We got the beach, we got the cave. So for those who chose the big rock, okay, we're gonna go to, I'm gonna put my decks away, hold on, I don't want them scratched. I've already scratched them a little bit. We're gonna go to the animal tarot. I think I'm gonna meet my friend Fern. He's like, where are you at? I haven't been able to get any cell service until today, and I've kind of been on my own and bonding. I met another friend today. She's bitchin'. She's super cool. So here's a shout out to my new friend. I met her today at the Casa de Shell. She was just there overnight, and she's on her way up to Davenport, which is right where I'm at. She's an Aries in a Pisces moon with the Sagittarius rising, and I kept seeing the Archer. I told her I kept seeing the Archer. Anyway, she's super cool. And she's on a twin soul journey as well. It was really cool to talk to her. Okay. So for those of you who chose the big rock, when the great wave comes, go to the mountain. Whoa. Okay, well, this card flew out. And it flew out upside down. So, this is the Hermit. Time for contemplation, to retreat and go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. The number again we get is 9. Get to work, light worker. You've got everything you need to move forward on your spiritual journey. Stop procrastinating and get moving. Because this didn't come up in this way. It came up this way. So the Hermit goes into the cave, right? The Hermit is also the one, the wise guide that holds up a lantern for others. But this is now time for you to get moving. You've got everything you need at this time. You've got all the tools. There's no reason for you to procrastinate any longer. You're overanalyzing, right? So at this time, look at that. There's a pink butterfly, a transformation of love. Fireflies flying all around this Hermit. So fireflies they're magical beings. They're also, you think about childlike, you think about fairy-like, right? You think about innocence and happiness and lightness. I've never seen a real firefly. My Uncle Phil has seen them before, and they're very special. But it's like we're the fireflies, right? The happy light that shines for others. But we also have to shine for our own selves and get moving on our path. We can't be standing at the mouth of the cave constantly, giving everybody else guidance. We also have to get moving forward on our own lives, right? I've been giving of myself for the last 11 years straight. And giving, and it's time I'm allowing myself to receive now. It's about going after what I want. So for you, if you had gotten this in the upright, you would have been asked to go in to contemplate, to try and figure out what it is that you need to think about, where you want to go, what is it that you are trying to bring into a existence at this time. This is definitely about spiritual enlightenment, upside or downside, whichever way you look at it. Whether it's this way, whether it's this way, it's a light, right? It's a light no matter which way you hang it. So you're always going to be a light, but you're not going to stay inside the cave. You're going to get out and you're going to start flying. Huh. Now all of a sudden there's a whole shitload of not pelicans, but we've got all seagulls. Seagulls represent freedom and allowing life to come to you and going with the flow of the current of the air, but they're all moving, right? They're all moving. Now what I find intriguing about that is they're all going that way, but one went that way. I like that. I'm always going against the grain, you know? They're all moving north, but that one, and there's another one it joined up with and it's going south. That would be me, right? So it's what the people don't understand about the hermit. You think about what is a hermit. Oh, don't be such a hermit, right? That means you're an island, you're by yourself. I haven't been a hermit this trip. I've been around people the whole time, right? It's about going inside. It's about a journey of exploration, which this whole trip has been, which my trip has been for the last 11 years. It's about going into isolation, yes. Going into meditation, yes. Enjoying your peaceful solitude. But it's also about learning from an enlightened being, from another teacher, which is what I was getting this whole retreat. I've been meeting people and picking up on information that they've been sharing, right? So it's about going out and shining your light, getting out of that cave. When you look at the hermit, he's up on top of a mountain. You know, when the great wave comes, go to the mountain. Well, the great wave would be a great wave of emotion, upset, right? You go to the mountain. But we've gone past that. We've retreated. We've gone within. We are now getting flashes of inspiration from Spirit. We're following and we're shining our light for everyone else. We're not by ourselves. We're never alone. Just like these fireflies show up. They're not by themselves. They're all around each other. They're flying all around. You notice this butterfly came to this light. Moths come to the light, right? But these ones are all shining around. Spiritual light. So, no retreat. This isn't about retreat. This is about coming out. Awesome. Okay. So for those who chose, I know that some messages are longer than others, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I still say that all of these messages are for all of us. There's something for us to be learning in all of the messages. So for those who chose the Peregrine Fields, the Peregrine Fields, we're going to go to the relationship deck. I find this interesting because it's such a little deck, right? But it packs a punch. Kind of like me. Might be little, but I pack a punch. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the most important message for all who chose the Peregrine Fields? I think that, I think I have a song coming, the Peregrine Fields. There's a message for that, the Peregrine Fields. They're really beautiful birds. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I think we have some pterodactyls coming our way. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Oh, I just love them. I'll never tire of them. I've missed them. You know, I used to go to Carlsbad all the time to do our readings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A significant change is occurring in your life, always for the better. Good idea to call upon Spirit for help with these changes. And 2, seagulls, which represent, and a pair, right? Again, a pair, going with the flow. Just go with the flow. Don't fight the current. Don't fight the eclipse energy. Don't fight the whatever's happening. Just allow and be open. Keep your heart and mind open. Allow life to surprise you. Allow the universe to bring to you what it is that your heart desires, knowing that you can manifest everything. Because why? Because we have all the tools that we need. We are the magician. I am. I know that. As soon as we understand that we have everything that we need and that we can manifest everything and anything, there are no limits. There are no limits. That's when we start seeing stuff happen. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the most important message for those who chose the Peregrine Fields? We already got this. We're getting it again, baby. Receptivity. Look at her dancing. Dance. Go out and have fun. right? What do you think you can't have? What do you think you can't have? Excuse me, you think you can't have the most perfect, fun-filled job? You think you can't be successful? You think you can't be your own boss? You think you can't have the most beautiful, loving relationship, blissful, harmonious, sexy relationship with somebody who turns you on and you turn them on? A loyal relationship? Somebody who seeks you, who misses you, who wants you, who craves you? You think you can't have that? Free yourself of any notion of anything that you think you can't have. Didn't we just discuss this? Because what you think cannot work, can, will, and is absolutely, it does, it happens. It's like miracles. Miracles are only miracles because we don't understand how they're going to happen. But we don't have to worry about that. We just see it, know it, bring it, and allow it, right? We just send it out and go with it. I'm looking at his little footy. He's got one little leggy hanging down, and like his little rudder to steer him. The other one was tucked up. That was funny. So what is impossible and unlikely can and does happen. So just keep your heart and mind open. That's what we were saying, right? Keep your mind and heart open. Flow with it. Go with it. Bring it. Call it. It is. They're so sexy looking, aren't they? Birds are so sexy. So dance with the flow. Let's walk. Let's walk. I'm going to keep talking to you guys about receptivity, but we're going to walk along because it's getting rather dark, and I want to see if we're going to be able to have a visit with our Peregrine falcons. I love the color, this caramel color. Look at this piece right here. Isn't that beautiful? Looks like a little shark fin, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, there's the face. Do you see the face? Right there. His eye, his nose. Ooh, he looks like the Hawk Man. Okay, so that makes me think, receptivity. When I went to the Boulder Creek Harvest Festival, there was a girl that was painting, and beautiful paintings, and it made me think of Sandy in your drawings. They were gorgeous. And right next to that, there was a man who was a photographer, and almost every one of his pictures was the hummingbird, the whole stand. When I saw the hummingbirds, I said to him, I smiled and I stopped and I said, what a beautiful message for me, thank you. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, the hummingbird means you will, you can and you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself and others. It also means lighten up and grab the sweetness and joy in life. Because once you realize that you've already got it, you can bring it in, you are bringing it in, it's already yours. Then you relax and you go with the flow and you have fun. So grab the sweetness in life. Doesn't mean that you don't go out and do your work. Doesn't mean that you don't do your job. It just means that you're not going to freaking stress over it, right? You'll be guided to do this, to take the steps that you're guided to take. You follow Spirit's guidance, and in that way, you know you're on your right path. As long as you're coming from a place of integrity, you're standing in your morality, you're standing in your honor, right? What would love say? What would love do? Follow the steps Spirit gives you for guidance. And then relax, surrender, keep your heart open, right? That's what the message was. Just be receptive. Are you receptive to bring in all that you're asking for? Of course you are. So is it on its way to you? Absolutely, it's already on its way. If it's not standing in front of you right now, it's just like the mail's been delivered to your post office. You got to go pick it up. Or actually, no, the postman's out delivering and he's just not to your house yet. Okay? So here we're walking. Receptivity. We're very receptive. Do we need to bring, was there something else I needed to bring? Where's my heart? That one's kind of big and sharp. I don't want a sharp heart. Maybe I'll just say thank you. I'll leave it here. Thank you for this reading, right? Blessings. This, I see a dog. Do you see it? That's my white dog. This has been an awesome place to get a reading done. I'm super excited that I got here. So what do we have to do to be receptive? We just keep our heart open. We remove any doubt that we can have it, any guilt, you know, oh, I need to take care of my family. I don't mean my immediate family. My brother's having a difficult time, my mother's having a difficult time. I shouldn't be really thinking about my own self. You know, other people in my life are going through much more difficult things. So what? Does that mean that you shouldn't be able to be happy? Do you have to feel guilty because you're successful? No, we all deserve that, right? Look how beautiful. So one way that we're receptive is by recognizing all of the beauty that's around us and saying thank you. Have a grateful heart. Have an open heart. When you're in a state of receptivity, you're in a state of peace. You're in a state of allowing. You're not pulling. You're not crying. You're not begging. You're just allowing. You know that you're deserving, right? I'm worthy. A lot of it has to do with feelings of lack of self-worth. I don't deserve this. Why don't you deserve this? Release all of that, like the pelican said, right? The pelican said, drop all of your regrets, drop all of the baggage that you've been carrying from not only this life, but possibly past lives, from stuff that other people have dumped on you. Release all of that. First, forgive yourself, forgive the past, allow it to go. Recognize that we are all deserving. Hello, you little chicken. Go run. Bunny, creativity, fertility. That's awesome, see? Abundance, that's what bunny rabbits represent, is abundance. We all deserve to be abundant. We all deserve to be fertile. We all deserve to have businesses that thrive, right? Is this milkweed? It's like that kind of make a wish, right? I wonder if this is, Uncle Phil would know what this is. I might go into this field. There's a reason we're going in here. Look at these perfect wishes, you guys. That's why. Ooh, it's a prickly prickler. Oh, I can't even take it off. Hold on. This is cool. Anyway, we all deserve to have celebration, fertility, abundance. That's why the bunny showed up. Your business should thrive, right? You should have an abundance of happiness, abundance of health, abundance of joy, abundance of prosperity. I just heard abundance of sex. There you go. Right when I said that, there's the Peregrine. Right when I said that. Isn't that interesting? An abundance of sex. Where there's one, there's always the mate. There's the mate right there. Okay, that was pretty cool. The second I came back up here, the Peregrine showed up. I'm not gonna go chase it. It just came to basically, what was that? What was the word? Punctuate that message, right? That was pretty cool. I wanted to see him again. I told you that was one of my twins and my. This is where it came to me, where he came to me. I was talking to my twin, and he showed up in the form of the Peregrine Falcon. So it was cool that he showed up right then. I want to see how many are here. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is there 11 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A pair. There's a pair. All right, you guys. We're wrapping it up. I just got a pain in my solar plexus. That's interesting. So somebody is not feeling worthy of another at this time, which is ridiculous. It is ridiculous because you know what? Sometimes people think that I don't deserve. This is what my friend this morning said to me. I said, why do you think you're pushing the love away? Like your twin soul. Why do you think you're pushing your twin away? And I said, what are you afraid of? And she said, I think I'm afraid of having everything that I have ever hoped for. And I said, why would you be afraid of that? We are deserving of that. You are worthy of that. You are worthy of that great love. You deserve that love. But right now, there's a sharp pain. I know I deserve it, right? But somebody's not feeling worthy. So right now, what I want you to do is I want you to focus on the Panther totem. Panther energy. This is about astral travel. This is about the feminine energy. Feminine energies of receptivity. Feminine energies of your paying attention to your intuition. But notice the Panther is black, right? Loving the darkness within you. I want you to do that. Thank you guys for being with me. And right now we're literally at 59 minutes and 55 seconds. This has been the perfect reading place. This is the perfect place. This is how close we are to getting what we want. It's pretty difficult for a train to jump the track, right? So stay on your spiritual path. Stay on your spiritual path. It's going to take you where you're going. The only way that you're going to get thrown off is if you jump track. Don't jump track. This is pretty solid here. All right, you guys, I love you. I'll talk to you soon.